Friday. Yo, it's Friday night. Welcome. Got some cool stuff for you tonight. Hope everyone's feeling all right. Got Molitovich, Mr. Big Fart, Brandon Just Is, Eugenio, Omni Limbo, Rainy Cakes, Fighting Island. Always good to see y'all. So yeah, I got a cool setup going tonight. It's a little different from normal. As you can see, I have up here, I've got a dry HDMI output, and then up here, I'm shooting my tube TV, so you can kind of see both at once. Ultra nerd shit, but you know me. And tonight we are using a fun little device called the MISTer FPGA. What is MISTer, you ask? Well, got this, oh, look at that. I'm watching myself. MISTer is, I bought it from this site called MISTer Add-ons, and it's basically the wildest classic gaming project you've ever seen, and it just keeps getting better. What makes MISTer special? Well, it's made of an FPGA, and FPGAs simulate circuits in real time. The result is that zero latency audio and analog video. Digital video boasts as little as a few scan lines of latency on most modern displays. The result is an extremely responsive game experience, which is almost exactly the way you remember on original hardware. So basically, long story short, it's a chameleon chip that you can reprogram to just about anything. And I talked a little bit about it on the virtual desktop experience a couple days ago, but it was designed with like military and medical applications in mind. And then of course a bunch of nerds got together and were like, let's put some games on this. So yeah, this is it. And I've got some cool Capcom Play System arcade games loaded up, including the legendary Alien vs. Predator. So actually just gonna kind of back my camera out a little bit. And yeah, you can see here's my PVM. This is the PVM. It's actually a BVM. It's a broadcast monitor. Jeez, messed with my camera. But yeah, it's one of the nicer tube TVs you can get. And I just thought it would be cool to show, the analog output along with the digital output, so you can kind of see what the art looks like on an analog display as well as a digital one. So I'll be damned if I can get my camera centered again. There we go. That's not bad. So yeah, we're gonna play some AVP here. Turn up the audio on that. So yeah, this core, the Capcom Play System core, was made by a guy named Jotego, and he does a Patreon for these cores. I got the reverb on from last week. Forgot about that. Just get that off here. Get those FX off. So yeah, he does new arcade cores every single Friday. And he's been working on Capcom Play System 2 stuff, so this is really interesting for me, because, up until now, aside from like emulation, there's not really been a way to play these games in the home. So I wish I could show you the MISTer, but it's really tethered with cables. But yeah, it's basically a little box. It's kind of like a Raspberry Pi, if you will. It's basically a fancy, expensive version of a Raspberry Pi. Mark has been making fun of me for that fact. He's like, dude, just get a Pi. But the cool thing about this is that it's, whereas the Pi is using emulation, this is like skipping the OS layers, and it's basically just running emulation for the arcade board off the chip without having to run like Linux or Windows and then running an emulator on top of that. So it pretty much eliminates any and all input lag with these classic arcade games. Oh, I see what's happening. Yeah, it's getting doubled up by the capture card. Actually, maybe I'll just use the capture card audio. And then we'll kill that. Okay. Should be a little better. It's weird, whenever I'm testing it, it's like the capture card audio doesn't work, and then as soon as I start streaming, it decides to work. And I'm also sending analog audio out too, so it's like it's sending both the capture card audio and the analog audio. And yeah, I'm gonna suck at this. I haven't played this in a really long time. It's funny because the CRT looks a lot blurrier than it actually is. I promise you, it looks very crisp in person. But yeah, I got the MiSTer. I'm dead already. Look at that. I got the MiSTer like last week, and I haven't really been able to play with it all that much. Been just like working on other stuff and had a lot of errands to run this week, so. All right. So yeah, not a super busy week. I went and one of my friends has a licensed massage therapist. So I went and got a like a real massage this week. And it's not like I have like back problems or anything, but I've got a lot of like knots in my shoulders especially. Probably from years of like grocery shopping with like 60 pounds of groceries on my back, like riding my bike, you know, a mile to and from the grocery store. So that was great. I got some of the knots worked out of my back and my calves, which is amazing, and I feel genuinely good. Weather's been a little bit nicer. Went and got a new tire on my bike, new chain. It's riding real nice. So yeah, pretty decent week. Yeah, Molotovich, good sound effects. Yeah, the arcade beat 'em ups are great. Yes, Mr. Big Fart, the predators are allied with the humans in this game to defeat the aliens, which is kind of funny. The little like intro on the attract screen shows the predators like helping the humans out. It's kind of cool. Would I like Xenogears to come back? In what effect? They've made tons of those Xeno games. There's like Xenoblade and the original Xenogears. I don't know. I don't think it needs a remake or anything. It would be cool if it were available for people to buy again. There's... Damn, I need a massage. Yeah, I think everyone needs a massage. It was so good that I just scheduled a monthly massage with her. I think I genuinely need it. Also, like, you'd be surprised how many, like, weird muscle issues you can develop just from, like, sitting at a desk all day. You get like weird posture going on. You like start twisting your body in a weird way that it's not supposed to be twisted in. If there's one thing Predators are known for, it's for their love of pizza. Yeah. I think pizza is just universally health in just about every game. Everybody loves pizza in Predators. What kind of bike do I have? I have a KHS Flight 100 that I bought brand new in, wow, I guess it's been a while now. Like 2000, maybe I bought it in 2014. It's a great bike. Just imagining Kevin doing a fake rap album under the name New Chain. That would be something. Yeah, Xenogears is a good game. It's not really, they never really finished it. I never beat it myself, so I got pretty far. But it's been like 20, not 20 years, but at least 15 since I played it. Did I dye my hair? No, I did not. It looks a little different, huh? I think it's because I'm in the living room tonight. And, I've got like a little bit of natural light coming in, and then I've got like a key light right in front of me. But yeah, it does look a little darker tonight, huh? That's interesting. Yeah, the Predators pull the trig on the reg. That's why they came to Earth in the first place. They heard rumor of great pizza. But yeah, this game is really sick. All the other Capcom Play System games are so varied. There's a lot of choices. What's up, Zodicus? You know, I don't know what year this came out. I want to say like this is early 90s. I use the APC. Hell yeah, baby. Do I like hard rock, heavy metal, thrash metal, and power metal? Well, that's 4 questions right there. Do I like hard rock? Sometimes. Do I like heavy metal? I like Judas Priest. Thrash metal? I like, you know, Slayer and Megadeth, and I even like some of those newer thrash metal bands too, like Municipal Waste is pretty cool. Power metal? I don't know about that. I don't know. I went through a big metal phase in like 2014. Late 2013, 2014. And I listened to so much of it that, I don't know, just one day I woke up and I put on some metal. And I was like, and I couldn't listen to it. And nowadays I just like, I don't know, I either listen to like really chill stuff or like dancey stuff, so. What's up, Q? I've just got a second Logitech Brio aimed right at the CRT. You can kind of see it in the reflection here. The colors don't look great, and it kind of sucks. The only way that I could capture the scan lines was by making it 4K, but then I had a hard time resizing it. Like, they didn't look so great when I shrunk it. And I tried to use 720 because the Brio will capture 720 at 90 frames per second, but it didn't look great on 720 either. So I've got it at 1080 capture right now at 60 frames per second, and the frame rate looks good, but the colors look a little off, and you can't really accurately see the scan lines. There's a little bit of a moire effect going on there, so it's kind of the best I can do here, unless I blew it up. Celis Robin, I would say that no, I don't really like a whole lot of metal and rock anymore. I mean, I like it, but it's just not really what I'm listening to now. I don't dislike it, but I feel like I've listened to so much of that stuff growing up that it's just not what I want to listen to now. What's up, Blashy? Yeah, the dual monitor setup. When I got the MiSTer, I plugged it into 4 different monitors just to see kind of what it looked like on each one. And the MiSTer's cool because it's got the built-in built-in analog and digital output at the same time. So I don't have to use a splitter like I would normally. Oh, you got that shot too. I'm not looking forward to that, but hopefully I can get an appointment here soon. I haven't really checked, to be honest. I was checking a lot at the beginning, and then I just kind of, I was like, yeah, I'll just wait. Oh, Wolfboy, I used to sink so many quarters on this with my friend. Yeah, the nice thing about the MiSTer is you can just press the L button, add more credits, and it's free. Last question, I want to play Fire Emblem. Do you recommend starting with the Game Boy Advance one where the protagonist is called Lyn? That was the first one I played, and to be honest, I don't really like the Fire Emblem series. It's not my thing. I'm not into the permadeath aspect of the games. And, I don't know, I tried playing both of the Game Boy Advance ones, the Fire Emblem and the Sacred Stones, and I couldn't really get into the story. Wasn't really into the characters. I don't know, it's just, it's not for me. I've heard those new ones are really good. I know my roommate has played Three Houses and really likes it. But, I just don't have the time for that series. Yeah, I think as far as the shots go, I've talked to some people that have not had like any sort of reactions whatsoever. They're just like, oh yeah, it was fine. So yeah, I think yeah, like Blashy says, get some sleep, drink some water. And yeah, like Rainy Cake says, it's got to be good to know that it's done, right? I just want to I want to be able to get on an airplane without worrying. I haven't done any traveling whatsoever. Yeah, drink water just in general. I think nobody gets enough of it. They got kind of, they took some liberties with the alien designs here. I mean, it's cool. It's definitely cooler than just like one type of alien the whole game. But they've got the like spiked ones and stuff. Kind of cool. Oh yeah, venue's opening again. That's a good point. If we can get some shows going again, that would be just fantastic. Hard to believe it's been a year. It's so crazy. Yeah. 3Con. It's gonna be sick. Can't wait to see everyone again. So what's the deal? You just hold on to your card and like, that's your proof? Soon, you know, people are gonna be like selling like forged vaccine cards. Be like the fake ID market for colleges. Yeah, the microchips are funny because, like, everyone's already carrying around a microchip if you got an iPhone. CDC come down hard on the fake vaxxers. That's good. That's good. Seems like more effort to get a fake one than it is just to get a shot. That's funny, people using the vax cards for dating sites. I mean, why not? It's like show your clean bill of health from your, like, you know, your STD check and your vax card. What's up, Camper Gray? I'm chipped just like my dog. That's funny. I can feel the 5G coursing through my veins right now. Nice. Secrets. It's funny to see the predators just like cooperating so nicely with the humans. But then you got these guys, like, what's their deal? What's up with these humans? Oh damn, free donuts for a Vax card, that's a good deal. Thanks, Camper Gray. Yeah, this is Aliens vs. Predator, the Capcom arcade game. What's up, Molo? You know, I'm doing pretty good today. I spent way too long setting this up with the two monitors in the living room. Because I didn't want to my computer was already in the living room from last week, and I just didn't want to move it back into my room. So I moved everything else out here. And in retrospect, I think it probably would have been easier just to move everything back in my bedroom, set up there, but I figured it out, so not too bad. Went for a nice bike ride earlier. Went to the grocery store, went to the post office. Oh yeah, how are you feeling, Molo? You got the COVID, right? I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, don't let me stop you from playing the Fire Emblem games. Acellus Robina. There's a lot of games out there. And I have a lot of games in my backlog. And I don't have any room for Fire Emblem games in the backlog. But yeah, don't let me stop you from playing it. Oh yeah, the taste and smell. That would get me too. I think the smell especially because... Oh nice, they have you fighting the arm thing from Aliens. Yeah, the smell thing would bother me because I just spent a bunch of money on like candles and like Lush products like for the bath. Scented moisturizers and body scrubs and that kind of stuff. The smell is half the fun. You know, I've got a friend that was going in for... I forgot what it was. He had to give a urine sample for something, and he ended up passing out in the bathroom, and he like hit his head on the porcelain of the toilet, and he passed out, and then when he came to, he could no longer smell or taste. And that was like 2 years ago, and he still can't smell or taste. And like, I guess like several doctors and specialists have looked at him, and it doesn't appear that anything is wrong. So, yeah, he's just hoping that it comes back someday. So the humans are allied with the predators in the beginning, but then you got these humans that are like doing something nefarious here. Q asks what I think about roguelikes. You know what I think about roguelikes. I don't like them. I do like pulp and orange juice though, for real. It's good. Gives you something to chew on. What's up, Rick Fields? You know what's funny is I found out that new PS5 game Returnal has roguelike elements, and I was just like, kind of bummed on it. But I'm gonna play it anyway. I signed up for GameFly so I could rent the game, so I could pay $8 instead of $69.99. That way, if I don't like it, I've only wasted $8. The game does look pretty cool. See, I think the henchmen are trying to control the aliens, and then you got these badass humans and the predators, like, trying to stop them. Because at first it was only aliens, and then now we're on these now we're fighting these humans too. Yeah, GameFly. I was very surprised to know that they still existed. But you know what? I got a free trial this past winter. The reason I signed up is because they had a game. Like, they have a shop. If you're a member, you can buy stuff from the shop, or you can rent stuff and then you can opt to keep it. And they had this game. Is Gravity Rush Remastered for PS4, and it's like really expensive everywhere else. It's out of print. I think it was an Amazon exclusive. And everywhere else I saw it was like $120, $130, $40. But GameFly had it for like $50, so I signed up for the free trial, basically just to buy the game from them. And I got it, so that was that. And yeah, I canceled the trial so I didn't have to pay anything. And then a couple days ago, I got an email that was like, come back to us. Here's a promo rate of $8 a month, which I think it's normally like $15. I was like, you know what? I will come back so I can rent the PS5 game that I want to play. and not have to pay money for it. Yeah, that would have been a good model for GameStop, for sure. It's funny because, like, you know, they have that, their stocks are doing well, but, like, I don't know, if you've ever been in a GameStop store, it seems really, like, sad. Like, there's just, like, a lack of games. You know, they've got, like, one little section of PS4, one little section of Xbox and Switch, and then it's just, like, Funko Pops, t-shirts. It looks like they're trying to get PC stuff in there too, but it didn't look like they had like a great selection of stuff. There's just like a couple of Razer keyboards, and I don't know, it seems like the stores are really barren right now. Not that I like do a lot of shopping at GameStop, but yeah, the punch sound effect's great. Ooh, you get that pizza. I also like when they says "I got it" for everything. Yeah, the GameStop reinvention thing, I don't know. I kind of wanted to see GameStop crash and burn and leave the market forever. This is just called Alien vs. Predator, Eugenio. You can play it on MAME, or you can buy the MISTer FPGA and play it on your CRT. Mark is making fun of me, saying it's like the Neil Young Ponyo of Raspberry Pis. Like you're playing the wave of a game instead of an MP3. Yeah, he might have a point, but it feels really good, especially on the CRT. Like the game feel is amazing, and the fact that it's got, you know, 1000 millihertz USB polling. You can use any USB controller. There's a bunch of adapters, so you can use you know, real controllers. Like if you want to use your like NES controller on the NES core, you can do so. I'm playing with like a retro-bit Saturn pad right now, and it feels great. They do, Q. I bought this as a complete kit, and I bought it without a case. It was $320 without a case, but the main processor that they use in it, the DE10 Nano, they just did a permanent price raise on it, so the MiSTer kits went up to $375. It was like just like 2 days ago. The price went up like 2 days ago, which sucks. They're hoping that it'll go back down. It seems like there's just a semiconductor shortage right now. But I'm glad that I bought one when I did. I know a lot of like MiSTer freaks were thinking about buying secondary MiSTers. Yeah, that's the thing, is like the cores that it does run pretty much perfectly. Every now and then, like, somebody will say online, like, oh, the bullet pattern on level 9 is different than the original, or like it runs like slightly too like fast, you know, but it's core dependent. And the cool thing is it's constantly being worked on. So like instead of, you know, just like one blanket emulator running on the Pi, you have all these specialized cores that are getting like constant attention by like electrical engineers. Is Predator working with the army? Oh no. They got aliens and predators working with them. Later, Brandon. Yeah, the community's huge, and like the dude that does these Capcom Play System cores, Joe Tago, like I started supporting him on Patreon, and he's just always on there updating, and he's been doing like 3 or 4 new cores a week. So like this Friday we got like I forgot what we got. I think it was like one of those puzzle fighter games. It was like Gem Fighters. I think Darkstalkers? He put Darkstalkers on here? I just updated it this morning, so we'll take a look at the game list here in a second. Yeah, and the Pred is a Fed, right? Exactly. Narc Pred. The jumping effect is super cool. Don't tase me, bro. There's some cool shoot 'em ups on here too, which is kind of the main reason I wanted to get one. This guy's tough. Got you. Yeah, I'd never played Gem Fighters Wolfbite. Maybe we'll give it a go. I did like the screenshots and like the chibi character designs looked really cool. Autobot won't let me chat. Mongo, I didn't know that. Yeah. I know some people do take offense to that word. I have been corrected on it before, so you know, I'm no angel, but I try to be conscientious about that stuff when I can. Sick. Yeah, I'm wondering if it, like, as it gets darker in here, if my camera will capture the CRT any better. Let me try to get a zoom in on that. Alright, check this out. You still can't really see the scan lines. You see like every other. Maybe mess with the focus ever so slightly. It looks beautiful in person, so it's really hard to get that to come across on the stream. You just get this weird like moire pattern on the scan lines where like every other scan line looks too thick. There we go. It still does look pretty sweet. I know there's like contraptions you can buy that are like made for filming CRTs. It's basically like this big kind of like umbrella thing, like a horn almost, that comes off of the TV. I suppose you could probably build one, like a kind of like a shadow box. So, last week, I did that vinyl stream, which was a ton of fun. And, A couple of my friends do like a... I think it's monthly. They do like a monthly DJ set, and it's all kind of like tropical, chill out, loungy stuff. Really like warm, feel good kind of stuff. And they're streaming right after this, so I'm gonna give them a raid. And I hope that some of y'all will tune in. It's on Twitch only, you know, because they're DJ and stuff. But my friends Dane and Andres, they're nice local boys. And they're from back home in Rockford. And they've all moved to the city. Like all my friends, so funny, all my friends in Chicago are just like people that I knew from back in Rockford that have also moved up here. But yeah, they're going to be DJing after this, so stick around. It's really, really chill. I like to just kind of throw it on in the background too while I do other stuff. Good for dancing and cleaning. So yeah, we'll be raiding them after this. Maybe if I turn the brightness down on this webcam, I can get a... It looks maybe like a little bit too over bright. I'm gonna see what happens here. Maybe. It's maybe a little bit too dark. That's not bad. We'll roll with that. Maybe the white balance is on auto. Maybe that'll make it look a little better too. We'll go with auto. If I get into the tweaking realm, I'll spend way too long just messing with settings and not enough time playing. Ah, shit, I just ran into a trip mine. Come on. Fuck, how do you jump again? There we go. Yo, that is not fair. Come on, come on. One of my friends from high school is in Chicago, post-grad, electrical physics. Wonder if we've ever passed each other. I don't know. I always say Chicago's like the biggest small town. Like I literally can't go out anywhere without like running into somebody I know. It's really wild. So it's possible. Final stream got me through half day of work. Oh, thank you, Agro Craggle. I'm glad to hear that. It's a long one. I love how the Wayland Yutani Corporation just has crates of miscellaneous junk food lying around the secret base. That's a great point. I didn't even think about that. How much RAM does my computer have? I got 32 gigabytes in this thing. 4 sticks of 8. So I read that was what the Ryzen chip's like. The MiSTer, however, has 128 megabytes of SD RAM, which is kind of fun. It's currently the biggest SD RAM module you can get for the MiSTer. So I think somebody right now is working on a PS1 core, but that's about the latest thing that it can accurately simulate. And the PS1 core I think is pretty unstable right now. So maybe in the future, but like anything past that, like N64 is not going to run on this. But it's really good at these like 2D sprite-based games. Have you considered downloading more RAM? You know what I always thought, like, why can't I just use hard drive space as RAM, you know? I got all this hard drive space. Can't I just turn that into RAM? Yeah, the M1's cool. I think I'll only really be, and don't tell James I said this, but I'll only really be impressed with Apple Silicon if I can see like a really nice looking game running on it, you know? Otherwise, I feel like integrated graphics are just kind of like, sure, you can do it, but what's the point if you can't run anything past like a mobile game on it, you know? But I don't know. I've heard the Blender render times are pretty damn good for a single core, and I know that the power usage is really, really impressive. And that's where like Windows computers and that kind of architecture fails, is the power usage. I mean, like, for God's sake, my 3080 needs like 450 watts. That's just ridiculous. That's like Power Tools territory. Who's pink? I'm. This is not running on my computer. This is a device called the MiSTer, and I talked a little bit about it at the beginning of the stream. But it's an FPGA-based system on a chip, and that's what's running these games. It's being dual output to CRT and to my capture card, but it's basically just this little project-looking box. And actually, I'll show you real quick. I've got the screen up here, so. This is what I got here. And it's based on a Terasic DE10 Nano. And it's like a chameleon chip. Like, you can reprogram it to handle whatever you want to do with it. But it's really cool. I really, really am enjoying it. Yeah, the 32-bit stuff bums me out, because I've got a ton of plugins for, you know, like Apple AU format plugins, because I've been using my iMac since 2011, that are 32-bit, that you cannot get anymore. See, it'll outperform Ryzen at certain tasks using single CPU, but overall, it can't really. I mean, if you look at benchmarks, like, you can do Blender renders on single core CPU, and it beats the single core speed of the Ryzen, but, like, you know, all the Ryzens have like more than single core performance. The benchmarks are very impressive, but for the power usage too. But I think it'll be, you know, hopefully it's the first of many to come, and I'll be excited to see where it goes, because we have just been kind of building and building on the x64, x86 systems for a while, so it is refreshing to see some innovation in the field. But yeah, I mean, if you put a Ryzen, you know, 5800 against the M1, the 5800 is going to win every time. And I've got no brand loyalty here. I've been an Apple dude, so to speak, for the past 15 or so years. And I just built a PC, you know, this year, or like early 2020. And that was like my first PC that I've owned since like growing up with, you know, the family computer being PC. I got my first Mac when I was 15, so I've been Team Mac since then. But after a while, it just seemed like I was getting strung along. It's just like the upgrades just seem so small incrementally. The prices just seemed harder and harder to justify. the removal of things that I use regularly, and I don't know, eventually I just started to get kind of disillusioned with the Apple ecosystem. Thoughts on One Trick Point Never? Love him. One of my favorite artists. Love One Trick Point Never. AU pitch, yeah, I love all those just kind of generic AU plugins. I'll use the AU like flanger and stuff occasionally still. It's funny, I've gone all day with like no text. And then like 5 minutes before I start streaming, it's like a bunch of people text me and I can just hear my phone going off. I'm just getting blown up. I don't expect people to know my schedule or anything, but it's funny how that happens. Man, this game is a lot longer than I remember. Almost playing for an hour now. Next week, I think we'll start the review format. Or not the review format, the request format. I've been wanting to do that for a while. So kind of like how Chillwave Live has it, where you can like comment on a previous week's video. And then I'll run those through like a name picker, and then we'll play that game that you pick for like 10 minutes, and then I'll set a timer, and then once the timer's up, we'll do another one. I thought that would be really fun since I've got like EverDrives for most consoles, and with the MiSTer here I can do multiple consoles. But yeah, maybe we'll start with like N64 by request only. I know that's a popular one, so. Anything where I can fit the entire library on like one SD card is a go, so. Do like, SNES requests, Genesis requests, N64 requests. Favorite drums? I use I try to use different ones every time, but I'm really fond of the basic built-in kits from like the Roland Sound Canvas, the Korg M1 and the Korg Wave Station. I think they sound really, really good. And it's kind of just an easy go-to, like the M1 drums, like you kind of just always know how they're going to sound. They sound good slowed down. Same thing with the Sound Canvas drums, it just reminds me of like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII. But other than that, I've got like 1,500,000 drum machines, packs, stuff like that I just kind of cycle through whenever I do stuff, so it's always different. Yeah, the Lin is another good one too. Yeah, I don't know if they recycled anything for this game per se, but this is built on the same hardware that they made like Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter Alpha and stuff. This is Capcom Play System hardware. M100% Electronica requirement for being signed to the label. Yeah, I know George and I have unintentionally used a lot of the same presets. Same thing with Pete and I have also used a lot of the same presets unintentionally. Everyone loves the M1. Fire Tools and I have also used some of the same presets. Yeah, the thing with the infinite credits is now I'm playing one game for an hour instead of showing y'all some different games, so we'll spend less time on the other games, but I feel like I've gotten this far, I should at least see the ending. Oh, damn, that was brutal. Imagine just running up on an alien queen and, like, punching it. I dream to get a CPS 3 for Third Strike. You should look into the MiSTer, JM, because there's nothing for CPS 3 yet, but there might be in the future. It seems possible. Arturia's been stepping their game up too. Yeah, those like the Arturia DX7 sounded really, really good to me. Their Fairlight also sounded really, really good. I've been impressed by the Arturia emulations for sure. Hey, what's up, Joe? AVP, the better AVP game. Yeah. The lottery is a scam, right? Probably. Yeah, Google MISTer FPGA. It's really, really cool. I'm super glad I bought one when I did. That's on the ceiling. No. Damn. Just pounding you against its rib cage. Super brutal. You guys flirting in my chat? That's allowed. That's fine. Yes. Nice. I think that's it, right? This has sick music. Nice. They give you the Predator artifact. Nice. How high did I get when I dabbed on the haters on Tuesday? Not very high, to be honest. I think I have a permanent THC tolerance from dabs. Even after like not smoking for like a week, that even like a big dab just won't really mess me up that much. It's like fueling my my bloodstream at this point. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Okay, so the MiSTer. Let's check out some other cores. So yeah, each core you get this nice little menu. But so here's the CPS2 stuff. Some of the shmups are like vertically oriented, so they're not going to really show up that well. These Dungeons and Dragons games are badass. This Eco Fighters game is really, really cool. There's like these Mega Man fighting games that are sick. It's Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge. Pro Gear, that's like a sick cave shmup. Yeah, you get, you know, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Alpha Warriors Dreams, and these are all like, you know, more or less arcade accurate and perfect. And then there's just a bunch of other stuff here too in the arcade cores. No, Molotovich, the Konami stuff has not been ported to MiSTer yet, and everybody wants. That's like one of the biggest wants out of the MiSTer project is the Simpsons arcade game, and of course the Turtles arcade game, but neither of them are playable yet. But I'm sure there are people working on it. I'm gonna boot up. Eco Fighters. So this is just like a general MiSTer general repository on GitHub Q. There's a script that you can download called update all, and it basically just like pings the GitHub thing and pulls them all on there. So it's pretty sick. We'll boot up Eco Fighters and then we'll do some Dungeons and Dragons, because that is a really cool game. You can kind of see Shotzi here in the reflection of the CRT camera. What's up, Shotzi? She looks pissed. Is Pog in it? I wish. Pog is my favorite. People have traveled through the galaxy trying to be millionaires. As a result, many space enterprises were born. Largest enterprise of all, Goyolk KK, has turned its planets into dread spheres. Some little eco-terrorism here. Yeah, I would definitely give her pets if I could reach her. She's just a little bit out of reach. Come here. Come here, baby. You want to get on this stream? Come here. She's not having it. So this game has a really cool, really great color palette and a really cool mechanic where you can like rotate your laser around. I'm dead already, wow. So it goes in a circle, but you can get like different attachments and power it up and like level up your laser. But the sprite work is really, really good. The music's good. The color palette's good. And I like the whole, like, eco-warrior theme. I think it's cool. Shit. Yeah, the backgrounds are super well done. See, now they're like deforesting this beautiful land, turning it into a dread sphere. Some guy named Goylock. Like all the like enemies are like these implements of eco-terrorism. It's just giant cranes and stuff. I don't know, it's wild. It's wild because it's unique. It's fairly easy too for shmup. Yeah, the 360-degree gun is really cool. I wish there was a way to make it go forward. Like, maybe I'm just not... I gotta peep the controls here. Let me do a button define here on the fly. Okay, rotate counterclockwise. Shoot. Rotate clockwise. Start. Coin. Okay. Okay, so I can now rotate at will. I just didn't have the controls defined before. Hey, take care, Molotovich. Thanks for popping by. The amount of times I've seen a street side read Deforest Road. That's terrible. Get a look, Elon Musk nerds. This is what terraforming looks like. Bleak. Really bleak. Actually, maybe I'll change the controls to L and R for rotating the, oops. I'm gonna change the controls to L and R for rotating the gun. This will work better. Oh yeah, that's so much more comfortable. Evil robot turtles. I was thinking about doing the stream with just the CRT, like just making that full screen. Maybe just for kicks and giggles, we could do that for Dungeons and Dragons. It really does look interesting when it's blown up to be larger, and the scan lines look way less compressed. Damn. Gits and shiggles. I should have actually controlled or set the controls so that they're opposite of what they are now. Because I've got it so that like the L button moves it forward and the R button moves it back. Oh well, I've already gotten used to it like this. Straight C-punk, for sure. For sure. A trash C-punk. So like all the slowdown that happens is supposed to be accurate to the actual arcade cabinet. So there's some cores that actually allow you to transcend the original hardware. Like you can boot Mac OS on this and like give it like more memory than a theoretical Mac Plus would ever have, which is kind of cool. So I'll probably get some utility out of this for the virtual desktop experience. Damn. Yeah, I'd never even heard of this game until the core was released last Friday, and oh, there we go. There's just all kinds of other like Capcom Play System games that I've never heard of, and I think this will do like Sega System 16 hardware, which I'm not super familiar with. I was like looking into buying one of those little Astro City minis. I still kind of want one, they're really cute. But I was like, yeah, you know what, I should just buy a MiSTer instead and be able to play more games and have the ability to output to a CRT without any weird sort of like downscalers or dongles or anything. So that's what I did instead of getting the Astro City Mini, but I still kind of want an Astro City Mini. They're just so cute. I think the controllers will work with the MiSTer, which is, you know, if I got it, it would at least be a dual purpose thing too. You'd hurt your neck playing the AC Mini, yeah. I doubt I would be doing much playing on the actual unit itself. I would probably be playing more on a TV. Oops. I've just got like a lightsaber now, basically. Shit. Had a lightsaber. Fuck. I might have to remap the controls one more time. Counterclockwise. Okay, so that's... I have to think about this for a second. That's back. Clockwise, I want on R. Start, and then coin, and then credits. Okay. I should be good now. So yeah, the nice thing is that it just outputs whatever resolution it's at. So this is running at 240p, which, you know, looks perfect on a CRT. Another cool thing too is it does like portable systems, like Game Gear and like Game Boy Advance, Atari Lynx. There's cores for all of those things, and you can play them on your CRT, and it looks great. And like my solution for Game Boy before was, you know, either the Super Game Boy running through the SNES, or the Game Boy Player on the GameCube. And I've got a PAL GameCube, so it's like it requires this crazy startup process where you have to use an action replay disc to boot homebrew software off of a memory card adapter, and then boot another piece of software to run the GBA game. And the results are pretty good from that. That's what I used to do the to play Mother 3 like back last summer. But the MiSTer, I gotta admit, it's just way easier to plug it in and then like run a GBA ROM from it. And I mean, it's essentially doing the same thing as like using a flash cart with a GameCube. And well, here I'll boot up the GBA core, and you can see for yourself. So you do have to have a keyboard hooked up to it. But I mean, look at all these console cores. It'll do all of these things with stunning accuracy. And I like TurboGrafx 16 CD games. This is a great way to try them out. You know, of course, I have a TurboGrafx 16 CD. I have a PC Engine CD. But I don't have that many games for them, and like they'll play burns, but I don't know, it seems kind of wasteful to just burn off a bunch of CDs to play them to see if the game is cool. So it's cool just to go into this and be able to, you know, just boot up the boot up one of these games, you know, Dracula X or. So this is PC Engine CD. We'll boot up some Chowaniki real quick. Everyone likes that one, right? And like boom, you know, they're playing PC Engine CD-ROM system too. Just love it. That OST. It's almost overwhelming. Like I really fought the urge to get like a kind of an all-in-one device for a while. And it does just seem outlandish that like one device can do so many things so well. But it's just badass, you know. Basically, if I had to like get rid of my entire setup and move, if you ask me what I would take, I'd just take the MiSTer and my nice BVM CRT, and that would be the setup. Like if I had to like condense to a really small apartment or something, you know, I'd probably try to fit the OLED in there somewhere too, but as far as retro gaming goes, I think you could be set with even like a consumer CRT and a MiSTer, and get yourself like a, you know, Hori fighting stick USB controller, and you'd be pretty well off. Somebody's working on a PC 88 core. I haven't heard anything about PC 98. I would love for that to work. Somebody's also working on a Sharp X68000 core, and it's in beta right now. It's experimental. You can try it out, but there's not full compatibility. So it's just, you know, it's being worked on. Shit. I do like, you know, like because I have a Super Nintendo I've RGB modded and bought like, you know, custom SCART cables for, and I've got the EverDrives and shit. Like, I'm always gonna prefer to play on like my original cartridge if I have it, or even on a flash cartridge on the original console with the original controllers. But I mean, there is something to be said for like CD games. Like, it's easier to boot them up on here than it is to like burn a CD and then pop it in the system. Or if you just want to try a bunch of stuff out in like one sitting, like rapid fire, and you don't want to have to like, you know, take the time to like get your ISO and burn it and do all that stuff just to play it on original hardware, the MiSTer is a really, really good solution for that. I mostly got it for the computer cores and the arcade stuff. I feel like anything else that I could do that on something that I already have, but this is a very cool boss. It's great music too. What's up, Nymphia 64? Antique mold. Rescanning the CRT. Nice, yeah. It doesn't look like quite as good as I would like it to, but it's there. I'll show you all some of the like portable cores here. Atari Lynx is just a weird one, you know. I'll probably never own an Atari Lynx, honestly. There's like, you know, there's a sick Batman game on here. Like, how else would you even capture Lynx games unless you were using an emulator, of course? I know there is like a TV out mod for the Lynx, but it's like, alright, you buy a Lynx, it's $200. You buy the TV out board, that's like another $100. Then you gotta like pay somebody to install it, or you install it if you're good. It's like total cost of that is like $400 to play. You know, not the world's best game library. Or you can buy one device that does all of these systems very, very well. You know, better than an emulator with like cycle accuracy on par with the original hardware. I love it. I was definitely on the fence for a while. I'm like, should I get one? Do I need one? But I'm very glad that I got one. God, this game is brutal. But yeah, I mean, how cool does it look seeing like Atari Lynx on a CRT? Let's do some GBA. Pretty seamless switching. Can't do that with original hardware. So GBA, I decided not to like load the entire console's library on there. I just kind of like loaded some choice ROMs on here. This game's really cool. I wanted to play this during my like 3D game stream, but my OSSC was acting up, so Iridian 3D. This is like a cool kind of like Star Fox behind the camera type deal. Actually, I might need to bump down the aspect here, or I can put the put this in front of it. There we go. That's not bad. Maybe we can make this one just a little bit bigger too. Yeah, it's pretty wild for GBA. I know it's all like pre-rendered and stuff, but it does really give you that like sense that you're playing in a 3D, fully rendered polygonal playing field, and it looks really, really cool in CRT. Yeah, sick indeed. Iridian 2, it still looks really, really good, but it doesn't really have this like behind the ship perspective. It's more of like a top-down shmup, which is fine by me. Damn. Brutal. Yeah, I agree, the 3D illusion looks better on the CRT. It's just wild because you get used to playing these games on like a really small Game Boy screen, and then when you see it like on something that has depth to it, like a CRT, the games look like really, really good, like more than they deserve to be. I mean, it's the resolution's so small, but they blow up quite nicely. Hey, what's up, Dylan? Yeah, it is hard to believe that these are GBA graphics. I remember Reckless Broadway had Iridian 3D in stock for the longest time. It's a loose cart. The only downside is, like, you know, I'm sure you've noticed by now, but this is like the background's pretty much a loop. So each level is like, you don't really get that much diversity in the backgrounds. It's just kind of the same thing, and it goes on for a long time. Big gripe. Shit. I guess you just gotta dodge those things. Shoot the core. Time to shoot the gyro, UT3. What's up, CF Novak 1? What's up, Tony? Glad you're wearing your Equip shirt. Thank you. If you're on Twitch, there should be a donate button, and if you're on YouTube, it should be in the description. Though I didn't actually like double check to make sure it worked or do a test. Kind of scrambling once again to get the stream configured this week. I'll pull up another core here. We'll go back to the Capcom Play System stuff. That's my favorite. And we'll do the Dungeons and Dragons Shadow over Mystara, because it's just awesome. You know, the thing about Contra, CF Novak, is it's oriented vertically. So the MiSTer actually outputs exactly how the arcade monitors do, so it'll be sideways. Otherwise I totally would. If I were like set up for it, then it would work. Tony, this is a device called a MiSTer. And it's different from a Pi because it's not using software emulation. It's using an FPGA, which is basically hardware emulation on a chip level. Do a shot every time I say FPGA tonight. Okay, I'm gonna center these a little bit, and I'll put the CRT in front of the capture card. Make that a little slimmer there. There we go. MISTer. That's what Tech asked, Fighting Island. Is there a Mrs.? So no, there's no emulators involved here. It's a little device that runs the FPGA. And the FPGA is basically, somebody has programmed a core for it so that it's running 100% cycle accurate, exactly how the real arcade games do. Samurai Showdown, you could play on the Neo Geo core, but I don't have any Neo Geo ROMs installed. So essentially I don't have that one on here, but you could play Samurai Showdown on the MiSTer. Hey there, Quip. Love the vinyl stream last Friday. So good. Been spinning that. The field record all week. Oh, I'm glad you liked that, Brett Drumming. I love the field. You know what the field is awesome for is riding your bike. It's like really great. Like it's just this cyclical, repeating, looping. This works really well. Okay, I forgot the controls. There we go, it's slash. The reason I did not dump the Neo Geo ROMs on here yet is because I have a Neo Geo and I have a flash cart for it. And I guess for the Neo Geo, it's like I paid so much for the damn thing that like I dare not even load Neo Geo ROMs on the MiSTer because it might make me regret my purchase. it's cool owning the actual hardware, but I mean, from everything that I've read, the Neo Geo core on the MiSTer is just as good as a real Neo Geo. No input latency, cycle accurate. I should try it. It's not like I'm gonna sell the Neo Geo or anything, but it might be easier for streaming. Yeah, this is a really nice looking game. Having drugs. Character looks like Little Red Riding Hood from a PG-13 Netflix adaptation. Great name, input music. Love it. What a great name. Thank you. This is awesome with multiple players. You can do 4-player on this. So this one was on like Xbox Live Arcade and PS3. And they announced that they are not closing the PS3 eShop after all, so you could still grab this one if you got a PS3. I don't know if this one is like, if this works on the Xbox One or the Series X at all. But there is a way to play this on like modern stuff. And I mean, of course, it works just fine on MAME. Is that your best? Yeah, you should buy an MVS. It's awesome. Having drugs? No, I have not. I feel like I really haven't been playing games at all lately. Just for this Friday stream, I got the most modern thing I got recently was I got Res Infinite. I know they just gave that out for free on PSN or for PS Plus, but I like pre-ordered a physical copy back in January, and it finally came in. And the packaging is really beautiful. It's in this like eco-friendly like cardboard, like digipack almost. So I played a little bit of that when it came in the mail, but yeah, I haven't really been playing a whole lot of games lately. I feel like I've spent more time like setting up the MiSTer here than I have like actually playing the damn thing. It's a curse of mine. Let's check out this other costume here. What else did I order? I ordered the new R-Type game, R-Type Final 2. And that comes out on the 30th, so... that'll just be a nice, like, surprise in the mail. Maybe I'll stream that one. Maybe I'll do, like, a modern game stream when that comes in. I'm gonna do, like, an all-request episode next week, I think. So yeah, I think we'll probably just pick one system at a time to do requests on, and it'll be like a random selection type thing. But I know people like the requests, and we'll definitely try to work that into the stream more often. I feel like it's the way that Chillwave Kittens had it set up is pretty good, where you like comment on the previous week's video and then you put your request down, and then he'll like spin a wheel or whatever, use like a virtual name picker thing, and then you can grab it from there. But yeah, I was thinking about doing like, you know, N64 requests or like Sega Saturn requests or one of the consoles that I have like an EverDrive hooked up to with like the entire systems library on there. But yeah, this week I really just wanted to do some arcade stuff with the MiSTer. It's such a cool little device. And yeah, when I'm like closing out the stream, I'll show you all the actual hardware and kind of like embellish on the setup a little bit more. You can get them from MisterAddons.com, MisterAddons.com. And it's a little pricey for what it is, but it's basically the main board is a Thoracic DE10 Nano. So you can order a DE10 Nano from Amazon and run plenty of games just on a bare DE10 with a USB controller hooked up to it. I opted for like a kind of the posh setup, which is there's a USB hub that's like the same exact footprint as the DE10. And then I wanted the analog output board so that I could use it with the CRT. And then I wanted the expanded SD RAM, which is like a lot of these arcade systems and the Neo Geo MVS core, they need that SD RAM. And it's 128 megabytes, which is the biggest SD RAM you can get for the MiSTer. But yeah, it's great. I love it so far. I feel like it was worth the cash. And like, I don't have anything against software emulation, but I feel like it's easier for me to like get into a game if I like have a box like this and it plugs in. You know, I know that like RetroPies are kind of the same thing too. But the zero lag and 100% like or 99.9% cycle accuracy is what pulled me into the MiSTer. 'Cause I'm a dork, so there you go. Yeah, Eugenio, the PS2 would be awesome, except for the fact that, like, you know, I can't really get the entire PS2 library on one hard drive. So there would always be a chance that I wouldn't have the request that somebody wanted. I mean, I suppose I could just, like, go crazy and get, like, a 2 terabyte hard drive and just load up, like, a ton of games on it, like... But I don't know. I've got like 250 gig hard drives in my PS2s, which covers, you know, it spans a lot of games, but it would be hard to be able to do like a all request thing with that. Even PS1, like I've got the X Station installed so I can run games off a micro SD. But like the PlayStation library is so huge that it would be really hard to like put it all on a micro SD. The thing that I've got for the Saturn, like I've got a 500 gig SSD in there, and the entire library does fit on that, so I could do Saturn. What's up, Sega? What's up, McPib? I'm glad you like Pale Spring. They are so good, and it was really, really fun working with them for that remix. Yeah, you know, the modem adapter I've tried, and I cannot get it to communicate with my computer at all. That's a very, very good suggestion, CF Novak. But the last time I tried that, I don't know, maybe I just need a different, like, I should try again with the crossover cable and see if that works. But yeah, I know you can download games and like load them onto the PS2 via the modem, which is amazing. But I remember spending like half a day trying to get that to work, and I just couldn't get it to work. So I bought an IDE to USB adapter, and I just did a drag and drop for the games. Mr. Big Fart, no, I have not figured out the Eclipse Pix at all. I'm trying not to stress about it, but yeah, this month has been mostly working with the Mark on the Nameless Dreamer stuff, and it's just, I feel like the month just like went by in the blink of an eye. I'll come up with something though. Well, I died. So I do want to show the hardware real quick, and I can do that with my second webcam here. So I'm going to turn on the light so you can kind of see. Give me 1 second here. Oh yeah, the Streets of Rage 3 on hard. Yeah, the Japanese version, Bare Knuckle, is supposed to be a lot truer to form. The US version is also censored. So I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. Actually, maybe I'll make this a lower resolution, or just I'll shrink the window a little bit and then expand this out. I'm gonna pull back the veil here. Okay. So yeah, that's the old Trinitron. And let's move this music stand that I've got kind of blocking the reflection here. I can get this out of the way. The setup is so overly complicated. Okay, so the MiSTer is down here. That's it. It's just this little box. It's got a nice Noctua fan on there. But yeah, it looks kind of ugly. It's like this gigantic project enclosure. I bought this acrylic case off eBay. But the main thing is in the middle here, and that's the DE10 Nano. And then above it is the I/O board. And then below it is the USB hub. And yeah, it's got a Noctua fan on there. And yeah, it's dual outputting to the PVM here, and as well as the capture card, which is, you know, over there in that rat's nest of wires and beeping stuff. But yeah, I thought that would be kind of fun to do the stream this way with the camera aimed straight at the CRT. In fact, if I blew this up like full res, I thought it'd be cool to do a stream only on the CRT at some point. Maybe I'll do that when I do a light gun stream. But yeah, I really like this little device. You can get them on MiSterAddons.com. They unfortunately raised the price of the DE10 Nanos, so it brought the price up by like $50. I bought it like a week ago for $320. So you can see right here at the top, it says DE10 Nano prices went up $35 at all retailers. I've updated my prices to reflect those changes. Hopefully this is temporary, so I'm hoping to. But yeah, that's I would still recommend it. Yeah, there is a smoke shell for it, and it does do RGB. It's component out to YPBPR right now, but I am planning on getting a RGB SCART cable for it, so I can just kind of like incorporate it into my existing SCART setup here, and I don't have to like unplug anything to get it to work. So is that shaving cream or beer can? That is that's neither. That's duster for, you know, blowing out Nintendo cartridges, or, you know, inhalant abuse if you're into that kind of thing. I don't advocate that at all. But yeah, the people that I usually order cables from, they're Retro Access. They like got so swamped with orders that they're like only opening their cable making window to like 1 hour, like once every 3 months or something. So they've got it listed on their website like they're gonna sell RGB cables on May 2nd from like noon to 1 p.m. So I've got it like marked on my calendar. I'm sure I could buy a MiSTer RGB cable from somewhere else, but yeah, I'd rather buy one from them because all my other cables are made by them anyway. Take care, Eugenio. Have a nice weekend. I was gonna say, good to know that Kevin doesn't huff air duster, and then you said that was an option. I definitely don't huff air duster. But some people do, and you know, I've never pass judgment on it. I do know that it might or might not kill some brain cells. So, well, I'm gonna cut out a little early because my friends Andres and Dane are doing a sick little DJ set with Buenvia Radio. So I'm actually gonna set up a raid with them right now. I would implore you to stick around because it's really they've got a really good set going right now, and their setup is really nice, and yeah, they're my buds, so gotta throw the shout out. So yeah, we're gonna raid them right now. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and I'll see everyone on Neo Gaia on Tuesday, and then another game stream next week. So take care.